My name is Benson. We're located at Six Pack Recycling in Corona, California today. I am the operations manager. I oversee on-site and off-site jobs, as well as manage the IT, security, mechanic work, maintenance. Here at Six Pack, we offer full-service recycling for CRV, as well as alloys and paper products. We've had ROM for approximately 6 years with Six Pack Recycling. I've been involved directly with ROM for the last 2 years. Before there was ROM, the way inventory was kept, it was kept on paper, Excel spreadsheets, Post-it notes, handwritten receipts, all run through an old-fashioned cash register. And with no cameras or anything that in terms of had a checks and balance feature to it. So with the implementation of ROM, it kind of took the easy theft out of it. I mean, it kept everybody honest. It started tracking everything. Something had to balance at the end of the day. And then not to mention it tracked our inventory. So we were able to make sure we weren't bleeding at the seams somewhere that we didn't even realize. The simple implementation of ROM gives you the ability to raise questions with actual facts. We have the full version of ROM where we actually track our inventory with cameras on the back end, not just on the front end. So the back end being the shipping end. So after we process a material, it gets reweighed again with a camera, and the camera captures a picture. So I can tell if somebody's, say, foot is on the scale trying to bump the weight up on a bale. Or I can tell if somebody's weighing a bale of paper and calling it copper. These kinds of things are simple, mostly innocent mistakes, but they can also be, they can be bad mistakes in a way. It throws your inventory off, or somebody could actually be doing something a little bit more shady in terms of trying to steal. We didn't have the ability to track driver's license, customers, fingerprints, purchase history. These things on the front end of your material coming in these days, recyclers are being held responsible, financially responsible, if they buy stolen material. Now, we all know in the recycling industry it's hard to determine what's stolen and what's not stolen, but simple steps can also prevent the ease of bringing in stolen material. We can now attach to a purchase ticket individual information that helps prevent thieves from bringing in stolen material. This information includes a picture of their driver's license, a copy of their fingerprint, as well as a license plate and a photograph of the material. All these things, don't necessarily help us tell stolen material from unstolen material, but it tends to deter thieves from bringing in stolen material because they don't want to leave things behind that can be tracked right back to them. For example, their fingerprint, because you can't lie about a fingerprint. You may be able to fake an ID, but you cannot lie about a fingerprint. In the accounting end of ROM, it really helps us out in terms of tracking gross profit margins. It helps us track individual inventory categories. So we know, for example, when ROM tells us that we have 46,000 pounds of aluminum cans ready to go, it can actually predict that for us based on our average buying schedule. It can tell you that you will have 46,000 pounds ready to go in about a week, or in about 5 days, or however you want to set it up. It can give you these kinds of alerts, and therefore you can better turn inventory over and therefore increase your profit margin. The barcoding is a great thing. When we barcode our bales, it helps track the quality of our inventory. Every time a barcode is created, a picture is captured of the bale itself. So when ROM puts this all together onto a shipping ticket, and it goes overseas, we can tell right away if there's any problems, if somebody tries to come back and make a claim against us. Now, on the barcoding end, when we scan it with our scanners, it creates all the outbound paperwork for us, and it creates it with a checks and balance feature, because it compares the scale ticket to the actual bale weights, and it tells you if you're within a tolerance or if you're way off. So maybe you actually missed a bale and you didn't realize it, and therefore you would have lost out on that money. So now you have the opportunity to add that in before the truck leaves. With ROM running our public scale area, which is where all of our public customers come through, the speed and efficiency has increased dramatically.